You might want to call Diane.
Actually, there's going to be plenty of time to call Diane after charges are filed.
What charges?
Abby's ex-boyfriend was found shot to death outside Vaughn's, execution style. But you already knew that, right? Pulled the trigger on Brandon. Did what I stopped you from doing the night he tried to rape Abby.
You know, you should call Diane, have her meet us at the station. I got nothing to say.
And there's a surprise. You know, under normal circumstances, I wouldn't have any problem taking you down to the station and going through the motions.
You mean harassing him?
Actually, I'm just doing my job. I'm investigating all the angles, but I'm not heartless. I do know what you're going through right now.
What makes you so sure Jason's responsible?
Sam, don't bother.
No. I really want to hear what he thinks he has on you.
He had the strongest motive of anyone except for Michael, and I just can't figure that my brother would be able to look someone in the eye and put 2 bullets in their head. I'm guessing you wanted to protect Michael, so you got to Brandon first. But you got sloppy. You left his body out in the open for everyone to see, which means that was a rush job. You had to get to Brandon before Michael did it himself. I know you think killing Brandon was justified because you stopped Michael from going back to Pentonville, but all you really did was reinforce the message that violence solves all your problems.
Hey, come on, that's not fair.
Well, hey, come on. Carter hurt Michael, Jason killed him. Brandon hurts Abby, same thing. But Michael's not going to see it that way. He's going to see it as a show of power, and that's all he's after right now. How long do you think before Michael's going to use his newfound skill to work for the family?
I don't want that to happen.
But you're not doing anything to discourage it.
What do you mean? All Jason has been doing is pushing Michael to have a better life and to stay out of the business.
All right, well, do as I say, not as I do isn't going to fly with him anymore. He sees how effective Jason's methods are. The only thing I can say is if you're going to teach him to be a killer, you might as well teach him to be as good as you are. Otherwise, he'll spend the rest of his life in prison.
Well, you sure have been throwing around a lot of accusations, but what I haven't heard is any sort of proof that Jason is the one who actually killed Brandon. You said it yourself. This guy is a creep. He could have a ton of people out there who want him dead.
Yeah, you know what? He had a rap sheet a mile long, and sure, a lot of people are going to be happy they don't have to deal with him anymore, but Jason is the only person that I know that would actually pull the trigger, especially if you thought Michael was going to do it himself. Like I said, Jason, you have more motive than anyone else, and I intend to prove it.
Thank you for coming to meet me.
Yeah.
I know how much you care about
Look,
Michael.
before you say anything else, I just want to get a few things straight here. I don't want to look at my brother and think for a second that he has it in him to look someone in the eye and put 2 bullets in their head. Now, having said that, I know how he was brought up and what he's been through, and I know that it's a possibility. I have to walk a pretty fine line between being a good brother and a cop. And it's a big help if I don't have knowledge of a crime, especially one as serious as this one is.
He didn't do it. Michael didn't kill Brandon. He wouldn't lie to me.
He's got a bright future ahead of him, and I don't want to see him throw that away by doing something stupid.
He hasn't.
Well, that leaves Jason at the top of the suspect list.
Why do you think Jason did this? I mean, Brandon has many more enemies than he ever did friends. Maybe someone he owed money to got tired of all the excuses, or maybe he got in a fight with the wrong person and just lost.
Look, a bar fight is a broken nose and a black eye. This guy was shot execution style by a professional.
At least question the people at Vaughn's. Johnny said that they would cooperate.
Johnny. When did you talk to Johnny?
Johnny owns Vaughn's. I mean, that's how I know him. He's always been good to me. You know, I was having trouble coming up with tuition, and he gave me a paycheck advance. When I quit, he told me I could take my time paying the money back. He didn't put any pressure on me.
Did everyone get special treatment? Or...
Yeah, he takes good care of everyone who works there. After I was attacked, you know, a lot of the girls freaked out because it happened so close to the club. Johnny upped the security. I mean, he made sure that everyone had someone to walk them home at night. I mean, he takes care of his employees.
See, I thought you stopped working there a few months ago.
I did.
But you guys keep in touch?
Look, when Brandon's body showed up in the parking lot of Vaughn's, Johnny just came by to tell me about it, make sure I was okay. He offered to help in any way that he could.
And what did he want in return?
Nothing.
See, that doesn't sound like Johnny right there. I mean, going out of his way to check up on a former dancer. I mean, unless you were something more to him.
It wasn't like that. Johnny always kept things strictly professional. He never made a pass at me or any of the other girls, for all I know. And even if he had, I'm with Michael. End of story.
Nothing's ever straightforward with Johnny. He's got to be after something.